Hello all. Well, yes, we do have a new microphone. Pink Barrio. And it's probably backwards because of the mirror thing. But just take my word for it. It's in the correct. It's painted on correctly. Alright, let's talk about what happened. A huge climate rally throughout the world took place, and thousands and thousands of people showed up for it around the world. It was to coincide with the climate summit that the UN is holding in New York City, and they're trying to get it to where that the UN actually tries to do something, even though I haven't heard that they're planning on doing anything except postponing it until the next summit, and then they'll postpone that one till the next summit, and keep getting reelected. The people that voted for these people can't stand these people, but yet they go and vote them back in. But let's go look at the numbers for what happened on the world's biggest climate march ever. Okay, according to 350.org, people in over 156 countries participated in over 2,646 events around the world. From South Africa, India, Brazil, Germany, Tanzania, and the U.S., just to mention some. The U.S. had over 300,000 people show up, and since that's the official numbers, it was probably more like 500,000. Nobody really seems to be covering this. The corporate mainstream media hasn't even mentioned it, except for making some jokes about it on who showed up. Who showed up is meaningless. It's that the people themselves want something done. We have to do something quickly and do it a lot. Like 80% cut in fossil fuels is what they're asking us to do over a certain time period, depending on what country you're in and how much fossil fuels you're using. So we want to thank the ones that did cover it, like Amy Goodman from Democracy Now! She covered it, and she did a really nice job. They showed the march, and there's after coverage and there was before coverage. I want to thank her for that, and thank 350.org for doing what they did. Since 350.org has to do with CO2 levels, and we haven't checked that in a while. Last time we did, it was well over, it was 403 parts per million. Let's go see what it is today. A little ride today, and as you know, a couple of videos ago I was talking about the earthquake and the water that was coming out of the ground, and I showed you some earthquake water that was now making the small creeks run again because they'd all dried up because we're in a drought. And I wanted to show you the same thing, but I'm going to show you up the hill a ways and show you that the water did not come out of the ground in the higher elevations. Let me show you. Now here's the culvert where it runs underneath the dirt road, and that's the creek right there, dry. Now let's go look at the other one that we looked at the other day. Let's see how that looks. The water's still flowing heavily, or if it's slowed down some. Okay, the CO2 count from NOAA on the daily was 395.60. That was measured on September 21st, 2012. Then NOAA did the next measurement for the week, September 22nd, at 394.63 on 2014. Then the monthly, which comes in from the Scripps Institute, they have 395.22 on September 9, and that covers the whole month. Okay, we're at the other one, the lower one, and I'm looking down at it. I think it's running about the same. Let's have a look. Let me show you something else. All around the creek, it's now green. Look at this. It's like an oasis. So we're expecting rain tomorrow, which is highly unusual for September, our driest month. And then it starts getting wet after that. We go into winter. But look at that. That's up the hill a ways, and it's still green, but you can see where it ends. So it's coming out of the hill right there and coming on down. So it popped a spring there, and it looks like the water table's, something like this coming up, because you can see how dry it is up here. Well, there is some fog coming in. I don't know, that could mean rain tomorrow. It'd be so weird seeing what rain looks like after so many years of hardly any, especially in September. That might even be a thunderstorm. So if it's an interesting storm, I'll put it on the video. So this is what it looks like now. Dry, desert. The road is very dusty. But yet tomorrow, rain may come. Okay, there's been a drought here in the U.S. and it's gotten pretty severe. Let's go take a look at that. Now, if we do get the rains early this year, and lots of it, that drought will be reduced by quite a bit. But it will not go away. Even with a full winter of solid rains, flooding, the whole thing, it would still take several years to recharge all the water that has drained from has evaporated out of the soils. So let's go look at that. That's San Francisco there. Just because you weren't in the march doesn't mean you can't do something. Of course, you can do something with your money. Buy green, buy from locals, keep the money in the local area. Stay away from the big corporate box stores and the big corporate banks. Go for an independent bank or a cooperative or even a credit union. Something other than a corporate bank. So if we stay away from the corporates, they can't get money to continue on with what they're doing. And the last video, let's see, didn't have any comments, but I had some ups. So thank you for all that, and appreciate all the comments if you can get them to stick on YouTube. And until next time.